Hey Damien, Patrick with Drive Interactive Group. Just want to say thanks for reaching out to my Facebook post. Funny story, I actually know Brian Hudak. He was he was in one of my network groups down here in Atascocita, and he said he tried to get Nirvana to update the website for months, but she never wanted to pull the trigger. But in any event, man, I appreciate you reaching out. So let's just go ahead and dive in. So the website, it's actually pretty good, especially for your niche in home loans. So a couple things that I see that just right off the bat, just from a user experience that I think I might change is obviously the phone number here. It is clickable, but it's kind of funny looking. So I don't know if you're able to change that into a button and put it somewhere else. But that's something I would do. Also the logo. You want to show off who you are. So making this logo a little bit bigger and so on and so forth, I think that would have some impact. Um, Other thing I notice is, man, you have tons and tons of tabs here on your menu, probably way too many. So what I would do is probably subcategorize a lot of these tabs. So essentially you could have home, and then you could have just loan programs and put unique loan programs under there. This apply now, I actually would probably add as a button somewhere as well. Today rates, that can go under resources, videos, partner links, employment. Employment can go, all that can go under resources. So essentially, you'd have the home, you'd have loan programs, you'd have resources, you'd have about, and you put meet the team under the about, a contact, and your blog. And that would definitely clean things up. You wouldn't have, all these different tabs. You'd have, we're talking one, two, three, four, five, six tabs instead of the 10 or 11, 12 that you have. So the only other thing that I would do is maybe add some more content, talk about the types of loans under your different loan programs a little bit better. And then I don't know if you could create service if we go to the loan programs. I know there's a lot of information. A lot of people I know don't read this kind of stuff, but talk about FHA loans and VA loans and those types of things on the actual homepage. I think would be good. So yeah, what that would do, what that leads into is content. Google has said for many years that content is king when it comes to websites and rankings. And I ran just a quick report, and it looks like you have 424 words of content on the homepage. We typically like to see anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 words anytime we're ranking a website, just because it helps. It's what Google likes. It's what it's enough content to make sure that it's keyword rich, and can get some rankings. So I did want to just kind of run through this a little bit. This is kind of a back end looking at the website, and people aren't necessarily going to be looking at this stuff, but this is the kind of stuff that the search engines, Google and Bing, look at. Basically, what this is this is you telling those search engines what they're going to find when they come to your website. So what's great is in your title tag you have the name of the company, Vintage Home Loan, Mortgage Loans in Cypress, Texas. This is perfect. I wouldn't change a thing here. 99% of the people that are come across haven't figured this out yet, and I'm going to show you how important this is, having this. Meta description, it's good. You talk about the official site, a vintage home loan, traditional customer service technology today, and the loan programs of the future. You might want to talk about, adding, the VA loans and the FHA loans and the different types of loans that you guys offer, and adding those into this content, because that's what Google's going to find, and that's what they're going to put for you. So moving forward, here's an important aspect: is on every page you're going to have an H1 header tag, and what that basically that's you telling Google what this page is about, and you're missing it. So you have these H2 tags, which is a perfect home waiting for you, one step away. Maybe up here, and when you look at these, the perfect home is waiting for you. Here's where they're coming from. We're one step away. So maybe what I would do is somewhere add an H1 tag that says, mortgage loans, vintage home loans, providing mortgage loans for, residents, or, servicing Cypress, Texas, mortgage loans in Cypress, Texas, something like that. That's going to definitely help you out even more with rankings. And then last but not least, alt attributes. You have 10 images on your homepage. 3 of them are missing alt attributes. And so what that means is basically every image you can kind of name it, and we always like to try to name it certain keywords. So, mortgage loans, Cypress, Texas, home buying, Cypress, Texas, home loans, Cypress, Texas, any of that kind of stuff. So that's what I would add there. So I did a search because you guys are in Cypress, Texas. So I wanted to run a search, and I ran a search. I basically searched home loan, Cypress, Texas, and you guys are right here, number 2 in the map pack, which is really good. You want to be in this. You want to be in the top 3 because it's, this gets roughly 25% of all clicks in this particular area when somebody comes to search this. So being number 2 there, but more importantly, here you are, number one organic spot, and nobody's running any ads. You don't see any ads up here for home loans in Cypress, Texas. If you were looking to maybe dominate in some other areas, then you might need to run some ads. But right now, because you guys are in Cypress, Texas, and you're number one organic, so anyone typing home loans in the Cypress, Texas area, guess what? They're gonna come and they're gonna find your website. And the reason why is because you have mortgage loans, Cypress, Texas. Remember I talked about that title tag right here, right? Basically, you see this here is the same thing that people are going to see right here. And then your meta description down here where it says welcome to the official site, that's what they see down here. So because you have this, and I told you not to change it, that's the reason why I think that you're ranking where you are. And so that's fantastic. So if you're ever looking to get outside the Cypress, Texas area, you might want to add some service area pages where you can talk about, add 500,000 words of content for the Woodlands, Texas, or Tomball, Texas, or, some of those particular areas if that's something that you'd like to do. But all in all, man, it's, pretty good from a ranking standpoint. Just a few changes, and I think you guys would be good to go. So hope you found this informative. If you'd love more information, I'd be more than happy to speak with somebody up there. But like I said, thanks for reaching out, and take care. Have a good day.